Welcome to the session by rootfabric.com. In today's session, we're going to talk about statistics and give a basic introduction to them so that you can use them and apply them to your Python programs. So, statistics is particularly useful in analyzing big data. It's a very big field in coding. And big data is the analysis of very, very large amounts of data that typically can't be handled by a person by hand. So let's say you had 100,000 patient records from a hospital and you had a bunch of statistics on them, details about the patient and like their health. You could write a Python program that very quickly and efficiently analyzes that data and shows like patterns and gives certain statistics about the whole set of data. So just to introduce you to statistics, I'm going to create a list called test scores. So let's just say 78, 79, 83, 83, 83, 86, 87, 92, and 97. So that'll be our test scores list. So there's three very basic statistics that can be used to describe this list of test scores. The first is median, which is the middle value. So we have 9 elements here, but if we had 10, let's say we had an 84 in here, there is no middle value because 10 is an even number, so there's no middle number when you have 10 elements. So what you do with the median when you don't have a middle number is you take the two middle numbers and you average them. So you do 83 plus 84 and then divide by 2. So the middle value in this case would be 83.5. But let's just remove this 84 for now, just for our example. So the middle value here would be 83. You also have the mean, which is the average value. So you would take the sum of the numbers and then divide by the number of numbers. And then we also have the mode, which is the most common value, which in this case is also 83, because 83 appears 3 times and all the other values only appear once. So if we wanted to find these 3 values, we'd have to import 2 modules. So we can import the NumPy module, and then we also have to import, well, not the SciPy module. From the SciPy module, we have to import the statistics or stats module. And now we have access to these 3 functions. So for median, we would do print median test scores, and we need our NumPy. For mean, we do the same thing, just mean. That also belongs to NumPy. And then for mode, we need stats and we need mode. So we run our code. Give it a few seconds. So as you can see, the median is 83 because the middle value is the 5th value, 83 over here. Our mean is 85.3333, which is the average value of our test scores. And then the mode, the number is 83 and it appears 3 times. So this is information about the mode. So those are the 3 of the most basic statistics you can have on a set of data. And then just to review some other types of data that are important, we have numerical data, which is specifically numbers of things. We have categorical data, which is things that fall into a category, but no order. And then we also have ordinal data, which is categorical data but with rankings. So a good example of ordinal data would be like test scores. So you could have like A, B, C, D, or F. So these could be test scores, but they could also be like grades in a class, and they have a ranking to them. A is always better than B, and then B is always better than C, and so on. Categorical data could be like categories of, let's say, a gender. So let's say gender is male or female. No, neither of the categories is above the other. They're just different categories. They mean different things. And so there's no ranking to them. There's no order to them. So this would be an example of categorical data. Then numerical data splits into two types. There's discrete, and then there's continuous data. So discrete would be like whole numbers of things. So if I had 10 students in a class, you cannot have half of a student. So there always has to be whole numbers of a student. If you had continuous data, that could be like temperatures at various places, like throughout a town or throughout a country. And the reason why that's continuous is because there's like a continuous infinite amount of numbers between any 2 points. So you could have 74 degrees, you could have 75 degrees, but you can have an infinite number of different degrees in between 74 and 75. So you could have 74.5 degrees, you could have 74.55 degrees, 74.555, and you could have an infinite number of numbers in between those 2 points, or in between anywhere. So discontinuous is infinite numbers, or infinitely specific numbers. And discrete is always whole numbers of things. So yeah, this is just a basic introduction to statistics. Has more applications in Python down the line, and these are some basic ways to find these statistics using Python. I hope this is informative. If you found this information helpful and you want to learn more about Python or statistics and its applications to Python, you can check out our courses at rootfabric.com. And thanks for watching. Bye.